Alright, so guys, this is my little update video for the week. The way I'm going to start doing it, guys, is for the comeback series. I'm going to be basically summing up the week, including training footage, throughout the week. Alright guys, so basically just a recap of this week, how stuff has been going. I went on vacation, like I said, to visit my brother, my stepbrother, in North Carolina, and then Friday and Saturday we went to Myrtle Beach, so that's in South Carolina. So a whole lot of driving. I think it turned out to be over a day of driving, literally. It was like a 14 or 15 hour drive there and like a 15-hour drive back, plus 4 hours, 2 hours to and 2 hours back from Myrtle. So, it was a bitch, but, it's pretty cool. My diet was pretty fucked up. I intended to at least track macros, but it's very difficult because, we had 7 of us, and, majority basically wins where we go to eat and stuff, so I couldn't really track. And we went to a lot of, not mom and pop shops, but, I had a Philly cheesesteak, which is hard to track because it was from, like, a place on Boardwalk, and, a couple pizza, like, we got pizza, like, 3 nights, I think, and just breakfast. My sister-in-law made some awesome breakfast burritos and stuff. So, it's alright as long as you don't overindulge. There were a few times there where I just kept eating just to eat. But I kept my calories between probably 2,200 at the lowest and 3,000. That was usually the range because my high days are 2,700. So I figure going up to, I'm sure I had a couple 3,500 calorie days, maybe like one 4,000 day, but the bottom line is you have to be moderate in your approach, and vacation is to enjoy yourself, and if you aren't enjoying yourself, what the fuck's the point? If you're sitting there, prepping food for hours and hours, there's a difference between discipline and basically being compulsive about it. So, I had full intentions of, being good, but at the end of the day, live your life, and if bodybuilding isn't a sustainable lifestyle, then what's really the point, There's no point structuring your life around bodybuilding. It should be bodybuilding around your life. And, so for training-wise, I intended to train every single day that I was down there, except for Sundays, because that's my day off, but we had a rental van, and I wasn't allowed to drive it, so I wasn't put on the insurance or whatever the deal is. So basically, I only trained a few days on post with my brother, and then there's 2 times actually that I trained by myself. I paid $15 to train one day at a fitness place in Myrtle Beach, which is fucking insane, but it had to be done. An hour workout for $15, it's kind of nutty, but it was worth it. It was a great facility. I had a great workout. I did a full upper body workout and a little bit of legs too, actually. So it was like a full body workout, which I haven't done one of those in a long time. So it was pretty cool, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, And happy birthday to my brother. So if you're watching this, man, you're the shit. And I had a lot of fun. So met a couple cool people, and it was just a good experience. It was nice to get out of the house and live life, because I've missed out on a couple vacations because of contest prep. During the winter time, pretty much. My dad went to Florida, and my little brother went to Florida, but I didn't. So I was here all alone, and it kind of sucked. I wish I went. So I am trying to not make bodybuilding less of a priority, but structure bodybuilding around my life and fit it in where I can, because, as with anything, you have to manage your time and energy based on your priorities, and bodybuilding is a huge priority of mine, but so is my family, so is school. Work is not a priority, but, when you're, working a shitty dead-end job, basically, to basically pay for college and gas to get there, it's not really a priority until you're in the real world. So, obviously I'm not missing work or anything like that, but the fact of the matter is my priorities are my priorities, and my relationships with my family / girlfriend / or lack thereof, you need to manage everything and have a balance in your life, because I learned from my first prep, having food focus extremely bad is a big problem, and that's one thing. I've learned how to manage my calories much better. When I was doing If It Fits Your Macros for a little while there, I learned through my coach about meal timing and spacing your meals out more to basically keep your metabolism revving, because what I used to do was just eat a ton of calories early on, and then post-workout, and I'd have like nothing left for the rest of the day, and I'd be done with my macros at like 5 p.m., which fucking sucks. So I don't know how I would do that. Part of it was because I was doing intermittent fasting, but that's besides the point. So fucking up my diet really did help me in a few ways. There are pros and cons. Obviously, cons include, setting you back and not looking as well. And but I feel like it did more good than bad, in all honesty, because the bottom line is, it gave me motivation to get on the fucking high horse, because let's face it, we're about 8 weeks out or so, I think. And you can't be fucking up anymore, and it's time to put the fucking pedal to the metal and fuck shit up. If I plan to win teen and compete in novice, I've got to come in shredded and getting to the point where I can't spare any fucking time. So, it helps me with motivation. It allows me to set new goals, which I set a couple of short-term goals, a couple of new ones. I deleted all my other ones, and now I just want to reach 185 pounds body weight, stay on my meal plan for a week, and do a 20-set squat workout. So those are my 3 short-term goals, as opposed to the 10 that I had before. I said, fuck that. I'm going to focus on smaller short-term goals. And I still have my long-term goals, of course. So, basically motivation, allowing me to set goals, a mental break, because when you diet, your head gets all fucked up. And it's nice to kind of enjoy yourself and not have to worry about, calorie counting, macro counting, stuff like that. So, so you're better mentally. And also, it spiked my metabolism. I don't give a fuck. I did gain some fat, which, kind of baffles me. Because, it's not like I was binging my fucking face off. I was eating all healthy foods. But, I feel so much hungry all the time. Even after I eat, it's like I'm bang hungry, bang hungry, bang hungry. And I told my coach everything that happened, on this vacation. And he was totally okay with it. He understands, shit happens when you're on vacation and you're my age. It's hard to control things because everybody wants to eat here, wants to eat there. They're not really concerned about my personal health, and that's cool. I understand that, and I was willing to sacrifice to do that. So, it's about sacrifice, and, there were times where I could have made healthier choices, but, personal responsibility, and that's that. So, in my opinion, I think it did more good than bad to kind of get off track from contest prep for just a little while. But I kind of wish that this was a little later in my prep, or a little earlier in my prep, rather, so that way it wasn't so close, obviously, because my show is, like I said, in 8 weeks or so. But one decision I came to was I talked to my coach about it because I didn't want to drop my contest prep for sure because of this vacation, because I knew that I packed on weight and I, don't look as good in some instances, but I told him I was contemplating, not doing it. And, we had a long talk, basically, and what I came to, actually, was I'm going to wait until it's almost showtime, and if I don't think I'm ready, I'm not going to step on stage. That's the bottom line, because I watched a video by Jeff Alberts saying, chase the physique instead of a date or a show. And that's right fucking on, because that'll make your prep much more enjoyable. You won't feel as stressed. And, it'll be a better turnout. I mean, think about it. That's just, it's common sense, you know. So that's basically what I am doing. I do intend to compete in November. I think it's November 15th at Mike Halsey's show, New York State Natural. And I want to compete on October 4th, but if I'm not ready, you know, if I'm going to go visit my coach, probably I'll get some recording done. But that will be probably the beginning of September. And the early bird deadline is September 19th. So probably around the 17th or so. If I'm not looking in pretty good shape, you know, it's about a month and a half or so, a little less than a month and a half, then, you know, I probably won't be competing in October 4th, the Big East, or the Eastern USA National, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know the name of the show, but it's my coach's show, basically. So if I'm not looking ready, then I won't compete. That's the bottom line. And it's not that I'm quitting, because there's no point getting that lean for nothing. You know, I'm definitely going to, you know, diet through. Or maybe I'll just do the teen instead of the novice, and we'll see where it takes me. I might continue my prep after Mike Halsey's show in November. I'm not quite sure. And it's basically a waiting game. So as long as my body cooperates and I don't lack the motivation, then we'll see where it takes me, guys. So I'm sorry for this long video, but this is a little update of this past week. Again, comeback series are going to be basically weekly recaps, including training footage and basically a voiceover of how everything's going and this and that. So don't forget to like the video, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bicep. I'm out of here. Peace.